Welcome to FM Coins, where every ordinary coin has a chance to turn into an extraordinary treasure. Today's video begins with a story that could belong to anyone watching right now. Imagine this. You're cleaning out an old drawer, looking through a dusty piggy bank, or opening a forgotten box from years ago. You pour out a handful of coins thinking they're just loose change, but hidden among them is a small silver dime, a dime so ordinary looking that you barely give it a second glance. What you don't know is that this one little coin could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. This is the reality of the rare Roosevelt dimes we're talking about today. Coins so scarce that only a few exist. Coins that slipped into circulation by mistake. Coins that collectors spend their entire lives searching for. Some were errors never meant to leave the mint. Some were prototypes, test pieces, and secret strikes. And some have stories so unbelievable that they sound like scenes from a movie. Discovered by accident, bought for pennies, and later sold for shocking prices at major auctions. Imagine finding a dime in your pocket today and learning tomorrow that it could change your entire financial future. That is the magic and mystery of rare coin collecting, and that is exactly why collectors across the world are willing to pay mind-blowing amounts for certain Roosevelt dimes, the ones with the rare minting errors, the ones with razor-thin survival numbers, and the ones with historical importance that makes them priceless. In today's video, we're going on a journey through time, history, and hidden treasure. We'll uncover the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever discovered, the ones that shocked experts, and turned ordinary people into lucky owners of coins worth more than luxury cars, more than gold, and sometimes more than a house. So stay with me till the end, because the dime you're about to learn about might be sitting in your own home right now. And who knows, maybe today is the day you discover you've been holding a rare fortune without even knowing it. Let's begin this incredible hunt for the Roosevelt dimes worth millions. Now we will talk about the first and most unbelievable Roosevelt dime, the legendary 1975 no S proof dime, a coin that has stunned collectors with its mystery, its rarity, and its unbelievably high prices. This coin is not just a simple mint error. It is one of the greatest numismatic accidents in American history, a treasure that slipped through the cracks of the minting process and became a dream for collectors all around the world. Imagine the scene back in the US Mint was preparing thousands of proof sets for collectors, each coin polished to perfection, each design carefully struck with mirror-like brilliance. Every proof dime made in San Francisco should have had a clear S Mint mark, the stamp that proves it was made in the San Francisco Mint. But in a moment that no one noticed, a small number of dimes were somehow struck without the mint mark, leaving them completely blank, no S, no identifier, nothing to show where they came from. These error dimes were quietly sealed inside official proof sets and shipped out across the country. No alarms were raised, no workers noticed anything unusual, and no one had any idea that a major rarity had just been created. For years, these coins rested silently in collectors' homes, inside boxes and drawers, hiding a secret that would later shake the entire coin-collecting community. When experts finally discovered the existence of these 1975 no-S-proof dimes, it became an instant sensation. The news spread quickly. Only a tiny number of them existed. Some experts believe fewer than a handful survive, making this one of the rarest modern American coins ever made. And because of that extreme rarity, the prices of this coin have reached unbelievable levels. At auctions, this dime has sold for massive six-figure amounts, climbing higher and higher as collectors compete for the chance to own one. Some sales have crossed hundreds of thousands of dollars, and many experts predict that if another example appears in the future, it could easily sell for over $1 million. That's how powerful the demand is for this mysterious coin. Imagine owning a dime that looks simple, ordinary, and small, but is worth more than luxury cars, more than gold, even more than some houses. That is what makes the 1975 no S-proof dime so special. Its story is full of suspense, accident, and historical importance. Collectors hunt for it endlessly, checking old proof sets, searching through forgotten collections, and hoping that maybe, just maybe, they will discover one of these priceless treasures. A coin like this transforms the idea of pocket change into something magical, a reminder that hidden fortunes can still exist in the world of coins. The 1975 no S proof dime stands as a symbol of how one tiny minting mistake can create a masterpiece, worth a life-changing amount of money. and anyone watching this video could be the next lucky person to find one. Now we will talk about another astonishing and extremely valuable Roosevelt dime, the rare 1968 no-S-proof dime, a coin that completely changed the expectations of collectors and pushed auction prices into unbelievable territory. Just like our previous coin, this one also carries a kind of mind-blowing story of a minting error that should never have happened. Back in 1968, the U.S. Mint resumed striking proof coins in San Francisco, and every single proof coin from that year was supposed to carry a bold, clear S mint mark. But fate had something different planned. In a quiet corner of the mint, during the production of proof dies, one single die meant for striking, dimes was mistakenly prepared without the mint mark. This tiny oversight created one of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered. When these proof dimes were struck, they looked flawless. Sharp details, mirror-like surfaces, perfect edges, exactly what a proof coin should be. But they had one shocking difference: no mint mark at all. These rare dimes were accidentally placed into official 1968 proof sets and shipped out across the country, hidden among millions of ordinary coins. No one at the mint realized a historic error had escaped their quality checks. For years, these proof sets sat in people's homes, untouched, unopened, and quietly holding a treasure worth more than anyone could imagine. When the first 1968 no-S dime was discovered, the coin world erupted. Experts rushed to confirm it. Collectors scrambled to check their old proof sets, and the excitement spread across the entire hobby. The discovery proved that modern rarities could still exist, not ancient coins, not centuries-old treasures, but recent coins hiding in everyday collections. And the best part? Only a very small number of these 1968 no-S dimes were ever found. Their survival is so limited that each one is considered a major numismatic event. Because of this extreme rarity and the flawless proof strike, this coin has reached stratospheric prices at auctions. Some examples have sold for tens of thousands, while high-grade pieces have gone into six-figure territory, making them one of the most valuable American dimes ever released. Collectors are willing to pay enormous amounts because a coin like this doesn't just represent a minting error, it represents a moment in history, a rare accident that created a masterpiece. Every coin hunter dreams of finding one. People search through their old safe boxes, open long-forgotten proof sets from the 1960s, and hope they might uncover one of these priceless treasures. The 1968 no-S proof dime is a reminder that even in modern times, hidden fortunes are still waiting to be discovered, and one of them could be in your home right now. Now we will talk about another unbelievable and highly valuable Roosevelt dime, the famous 1982 no-P dime, a coin that shocked collectors because it came from regular circulation, not from a proof set, and ended up becoming one of the most hunted modern errors in U.S. coin history. Unlike the rare proof errors we discussed earlier, this coin was discovered in the pockets of ordinary people, which makes its story even more fascinating. In 1982, the Philadelphia Mint removed mint marks from certain dies as part of a redesign process. Every Philadelphia dime from that year was supposed to carry a clear P mint mark, the very first year this mint mark ever appeared on dimes. But in a twist that no one expected, one working die accidentally went into full production without the mint mark, and thousands of dimes were struck and released into normal circulation. Imagine the scene: people buying groceries, paying bus fares, dropping coins into jars, and all while a handful of them unknowingly carried a rare treasure. No one paid attention at first. The coins blended in perfectly with everyday change, looking completely ordinary. But when a few sharp-eyed collectors noticed dimes missing the P mint mark, the discovery created an earthquake in the numismatic world. Suddenly, everyone began checking their pockets, coin jars, piggy banks, and even old drawers, hoping to find one of these rare pieces. The excitement grew even more when experts confirmed that this was not a minor mistake. It was a major mint blunder. Because these coins were spent and used like normal money, finding one in pristine condition is extremely rare. That's where the value climbs dramatically. The 1982 no-P dime can sell for hundreds of dollars in circulated condition, several $1,000s in higher grades, and the rarest examples graded in top condition have reached over $10,000 at auction. Some collectors believe that perfectly preserved examples could easily push past $15,000 to $20,000 in future sales as demand continues to grow. The reason for these high prices is simple. Collectors love errors that come from circulation because they show how mistakes can slip into everyday life and create hidden fortunes. The story of this coin feels like a treasure hunt happening in real time. People who had no interest in coin collecting suddenly began searching for that missing mint mark. Entire families went through old jars together. Coin shops were flooded with people bringing bags of 1982 dimes, hoping they had found the rare one. And even today, decades later, new discoveries still happen from time to time, proving that the 1982 No P dime is a living legend. This coin represents the perfect blend of rarity, excitement, and mystery. It teaches us that incredible value can still hide in plain sight, even in the coins we use every day. The 1982 No P Roosevelt dime isn't just valuable. It is a symbol of how one small mistake at the mint can create a treasure worth millions. Now we will talk about another extraordinary and extremely valuable Roosevelt dime, the 1970 No S proof dime, a coin so rare and mysterious that its discovery shocked collectors and instantly pushed its value into the high thousands. This coin belongs to a very small club of modern proof errors that should never have existed, yet somehow slipped out of the U.S. Mint and found their way into proof sets purchased by ordinary collectors. Back in 1970, proof coins were exclusively made at the San Francisco Mint, which means every proof dime was supposed to carry the bold S mint mark. But in a strange and historic twist, one proof die was mistakenly prepared with no mint mark at all, creating a rare treasure hidden in plain sight. Unlike regular circulation coins, these proof dimes were struck with laser-sharp details, mirror-like fields, and frosted designs, the kind of beauty only a proof coin has. That's what makes this error so shocking. The coin looks perfect, flawless, intentional, except for one missing detail, the mint mark. This tiny absence transformed the coin from ordinary to legendary. The 1970 No S dime was discovered years later when collectors began inspecting their old proof sets and noticed something unusual. When the first example came to light, it caused an explosion of excitement. Experts rushed to authenticate it, and once confirmed, it became one of the most important modern finds in American numismatics. Only a very small number of these dimes are known today. Some believe fewer than a dozen exist, making it a major rarity. Because of this extremely limited supply and its beautiful proof quality, the 1970 No S proof dime commands massive prices whenever it appears at auction. Depending on condition and grading, these coins have sold for $20,000, $30,000, and in some cases over $40,000, with the potential for future sales to reach $50,000 or more as demand continues to grow. Collectors battle fiercely for this coin because it represents a perfect combination of rarity, beauty, and a minting mistake so unusual that it almost feels unreal. The story of this coin reads like a hidden treasure tale. Imagine someone who purchased a common proof set in 1970 for just a few dollars, never knowing that inside it rested a dime worth tens of thousands. It could have been sitting in a drawer, an attic, or a box for decades. And even now, more undiscovered examples may still exist, waiting for someone to open. An old proof set, an experience. The thrill of finding a high-value rarity. The 1970 No S proof dime proves that even in a modern era of advanced minting technology, accidents can still create priceless treasures. It reminds collectors that true value often hides in the smallest details. In this case, the simple absence of a mint mark. This coin continues to fascinate the numismatic world, and anyone lucky enough to find one is instantly holding a fortune in the palm of their hand. Now we will talk about another mind-blowing and incredibly valuable Roosevelt dime, the legendary 1969 No S proof dime, a coin so scarce and so mysterious that it has become one of the crown jewels of modern American numismatics. This coin belongs to the extremely rare series of proof dimes struck without their required S mint mark, and each one is like a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Back in 1969, proof coins were produced exclusively in San Francisco, and every single proof dime that left the mint was supposed to carry the bold and unmistakable S mint mark. But in a moment that should have been impossible, one proof die was prepared without the mint mark, setting the stage for one of the rarest proof dimes in history. Picture the mint in 1969. Large presses stamping out flawless proof coins, workers checking for imperfections, and thousands of collector sets being assembled. Everything was done with precision. Yet, despite all precautions, a mint markless proof dime slipped through the system unnoticed. It was sealed inside an official 1969 proof set and shipped to a collector, completely hidden among ordinary coins. For years, no one knew that this tiny mistake had created something extraordinary. When the first example was discovered, the coin world erupted with excitement. Experts examined the coin closely, confirming that it was not damaged, not altered, and not tampered with. It was a genuine mint error, struck as a proof, with full mirror surfaces, frosted details, and absolutely no mint mark. Its existence was so unbelievable that even seasoned collectors were shocked. Since then, only a very small number have ever been found, making it one of the rarest modern proof dimes known today. Because of this extreme rarity and the fascination behind its accidental creation, the 1969 no-S proof dime has commanded massive prices at auction. Depending on condition, these coins have sold for $20,000, $30,000, and even over $40,000, with high-grade examples pushing close to $50,000 or more. Collectors believe that if another example were to surface in perfect condition, it could set a new record and reach $60,000 to $70,000, maybe even higher, because demand for no-S proof errors has skyrocketed in recent years. What makes this coin special is not just the missing mint mark, it's the mystery. How many were made? How many are still hidden inside unopened proof sets? And how many collectors have one sitting in their home without realizing its value? The possibility of finding one makes this coin feel like a treasure hunt, wrapped in a piece of history. Any ordinary proof set from 1969 could contain a life-changing surprise. The 1969 no-S proof dime reminds us that even the smallest mistake can create something priceless. It represents rarity, excitement, and the thrill of discovery. And anyone who holds one is holding a fortune, a piece of minting history, and one of the greatest modern dime rarities ever created. Now we will talk about another stunning and highly valuable Roosevelt dime, the ultra-rare 1971 no-S proof dime, a coin whose existence surprised even professional collectors and pushed its value into the tens of thousands of dollars. This coin is part of the legendary group of no-S proof errors, but the 1971 version carries its own mysterious charm because for decades it remained almost unknown, silently hiding inside proof sets in people's homes. Back in 1971, all proof coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint, and every single one of them, without exception, was supposed to have the bold S mint mark. Yet somehow during the process of polishing and preparing dies, one single proof die was mistakenly created without the mint mark, and from that one die came a tiny number of proof dimes that should never have existed. Imagine the scene. A worker at the mint preparing the dies, the machines humming, the flawless proof blanks waiting to be struck. Presses begin their rhythmic stamping, creating coins with mirror-like fields and frosted devices, the kind of beauty only a proof coin can display. They look perfect, untouched, and meant for collectors. Except for that one crucial detail missing on the dime, the S mint mark. No one caught the error. The coins looked flawless, so they were sealed into 1971 proof sets and quietly shipped out across the country. No alarms, no warnings, nothing. Just a handful of future treasures hiding among millions of ordinary coins. For years, collectors opened these sets without ever noticing anything special. But when the first 1971 no-S dime was discovered, the numismatic world was stunned. Experts examined the coin and confirmed it was a genuine proof error, not damaged, not altered, and not a mistake by the owner. It was a true mint-produced rarity. The coin's elegance, sharp details, and deep mirrored surfaces made its missing mint mark even more dramatic. Since its discovery, only a very small number have surfaced, making it one of the rarest proof dimes of the entire Roosevelt series. Because of this extreme rarity, combined with the beauty of proof quality, the 1971 no-S proof dime has sold for astonishing prices. At professional auctions, these coins have reached $20,000, $30,000, and even over $40,000, depending on their grade and condition. High-grade examples with deep cameo contrast have pushed values higher, and experts believe that if a perfect PR70 example ever appears, it could sell for $50,000 to $60,000, maybe even more as collectors compete for one of the rarest modern U.S. coins in existence. What makes this coin special is that it is still a mystery. How many are out there? How many proof sets from 1971 are still unopened, sitting in closets, drawers, and old cabinets? Could another example be waiting for someone to find it? Maybe someone watching this video right now? That's the thrill behind this coin. Now we will talk about another extraordinary and extremely valuable Roosevelt dime, the remarkable 1967 special mint set dime with full bands. A coin that has earned legendary status among collectors because of its beauty, rarity, and shockingly high prices. The year 1967 was unique in U.S. coin history. Due to coin shortages and changing mint policies, the government temporarily stopped making traditional proof sets. Instead, they produced special mint sets, SMS, coins struck with higher quality than circulation. Strikes, but not quite at the level of full proofs. Most SMS coins look slightly better than regular coins, but only a few have the sharpness, detail, and brilliance that make them stand out. Among them, the 1967 SMS Roosevelt dime with full torch bands is the rarest treasure of all. To understand why this coin is so valuable, imagine how SMS coins were made. Workers polished dies and planchets to create a semi-proof-like finish, then carefully struck each coin with extra pressure. But only a tiny number of dimes came out perfectly, with razor-sharp details, deep lines, and crisp bands on the torch. These coins did not come from a special program. They were accidental masterpieces, created by near-perfect strikes that happened only a few times during the entire production run. That's why finding a 1967 SMS dime with fully defined torch bands is incredibly rare, far rarer than most collectors even realize. For years, people opened their special mint sets without noticing the true value hiding inside. But when grading companies like PCGS and NGC began certifying SMS coins, collectors suddenly discovered that 1967 SMS dimes with full bands were almost impossible to find. The number of high-grade examples is astonishingly low, making this coin one of the rarest condition rarities in the entire Roosevelt dime series. And this rarity translates into huge auction prices. A high-grade 1967 SMS dime with full bands has sold at auction for over $30,000, setting records and shocking even veteran collectors. Lower high-grade examples have still reached $10,000 to $15,000, proving that the demand for this coin is extraordinary. Many experts believe that future sales could push the price even higher, especially if a near-perfect example appears, possibly crossing $40,000 or even $50,000 in the right market. What makes this coin special is that it doesn't come from a traditional minting error. There's no missing mint mark, no damaged die, no accident. Instead, its rarity comes from the perfection of its strike, something the mint didn't intentionally create. It is a reminder that true value can be born from precision, not just mistakes. It is a coin that transforms a simple special mint set into a treasure chest. Collectors all over the world search through old SMS sets hoping to find one of these rare gems. It could be sitting inside an unopened set, resting in someone's drawer, or hidden in a forgotten collection. And that brings us to the end of our incredible journey through the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever discovered. From the legendary no-S proof dimes of 1968, 1970, and 1971, to the rare circulation and special mint set treasures like the 1982 no-P and 1967 full bands dimes, we've seen how tiny mistakes and perfect strikes can create coins worth tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of dollars. What's truly amazing is that many of these coins could be sitting in homes, drawers, or old collections right now, waiting to be discovered. Each dime tells a story of minting history, hidden treasure, and the thrill of discovery. Collectors around the world continue to hunt for these rare coins, and every new find reminds us that even ordinary change can hide extraordinary value. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more hidden treasures in U.S. coin history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You never know, the next valuable coin might be sitting in your pocket. Thank you for watching FM Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. If you want, I can also write a full SEO-friendly description and keywords list for this Roosevelt Dimes video to boost its reach. Do you want me to do that next?